In early 2020, investors were so terrified they accepted a 3 basis point yield on 3 months T-bills. That's 0.03%. They essentially paid the government to babysit their money. A few months later, the same yield rose to 41 basis points. What changed? The panic subsided. The yield curve is a real-time window into collective market psychology. Once you learn to read it, you'll never look at financial news the same way. The yield curve connects Treasury yields across different maturities from 1 month to 30 years. Think of it as a story told in two parts. The left side, short-term yields, reveals investor fear levels. The right side, long-term yields, reveals inflation expectations, same curve, different messages. Understanding this split transforms how you interpret market signals. Short-term yields work as a panic meter. When fear spikes, investors dump risky assets and pile into short-term treasuries. Massive demand drives prices up. Bond prices and yields move inversely, so yields collapse. Look at March 2020. 3 months T-bill yields crashed to near zero as COVID panic spread. Investors accepted almost nothing just to park money safely. Compare that to normal times when these yields sit around 4% annualized. The gap between normal and the panic tells you exactly how scared the market is. Long-term yields tell a different story. Inflation expectations. Lock up your money for 30 years and you need compensation for the risk that dollars will buy less when you get them back. Watch what happens when the government announces major spending. The CARES Act in March 2020, the American Rescue Plan in 2021. Each triggered 30-year yield increases. Recently, yields jumped from 4% to 4.37% on spending concerns. Bond investors demand higher yields when they expect inflation. It's their protection against purchasing power erosion. Here's a critical distinction. Treasuries are default-free but not risk-free. The US government controls the printing press. It can always produce dollars to pay you back. You'll get your money, but those dollars might buy far less than when you invested. Bondholders in the 1970s learned this painfully. They received every promised dollar while inflation destroyed their purchasing power. Nominal safety and real safety are not the same thing. This matrix clarifies the risk structure. Short-term treasuries protect against both default and inflation. Why inflation too? Because you reinvest frequently at new rates that adjust for inflation. Long-term treasuries protect against default, but expose you to inflation risk. You're locked in for 30 years at a fixed rate. If inflation surges, you can't adjust. This explains why long-term yields must include an inflation premium. Investors demand extra compensation for bearing that risk over extended periods. Now compare two yield curves side by side. March 2020 during peak panic versus December 2023 in normalized conditions. The difference is striking. In March 2020, short-term yields collapsed near zero, while long-term yields stayed elevated. Investors fled to safety but still demanded inflation compensation for long commitments. By December 2023, the entire curve shifted higher and normalized. Short-term yields recovered dramatically. The shape tells the story. Panic distorts the left side while inflation expectations shape the right side. Same direction, different meanings. Rising short-term yields signal good news. Panic is subsiding. Investors feel confident enough to accept lower prices for safety. Rising long-term yields signal inflation concerns. Investors demand more compensation for future purchasing power risk. Falling yields reverse these interpretations. Context determines whether a yield change is positive or negative for the economy. One common calculation error: annualized yields. A 4% yield on a 3-month bill doesn't mean 4% in 3 months. It's the annualized equivalent. You'd earn roughly 1% over the 3-month period, like 4% divided by 4 quarters. Financial news always reports annualized figures for comparison purposes. Keep this in mind when calculating actual returns on short-term holdings. Put this framework into practice when you see Treasury yield headlines. Ask two questions. First, short-term or long-term maturity. Second, rising or falling. Then apply the appropriate lens. Short-term yield drops. Investors are scared, seeking safety. Long-term yield rises. Markets expect inflation, possibly from government spending. You can monitor yields yourself at treasurydirect.gov or any financial news source. Check the 3-month and 30-year rates regularly to track market sentiment. The yield curve encodes what millions of investors think about risk and inflation. Short-term yields reveal fear levels. Near zero means panic. Normal levels around 4% mean confidence. Long-term yields reveal inflation expectations. Rising yields after spending announcements signal concern about future purchasing power. Different maturities, different stories, same curve. Now, when you see yield movements in the news, you have the framework to decode exactly what the market is telling you.